you could join me today for riding this incredible machine. You are gonna love it. As a true car enthusiast, I'm super excited to experience the new S-Class. This car can do things no ordinary cars can. The technology in this car is remarkable. For instance, it immediately recognizes me and sets up all my preferences in the vehicle. The seat position, the mirror, the lighting, the infotainment settings, and more. It even understands my gaze and my gestures and automatically rolls down the sunblind when I'm backing out. In the new S-Class, high-tech and high luxury really come together. I love cars and I love technology. In fact, my first nice car was a Mercedes S500. My second nice car was a Mercedes SL500. So you could imagine how excited I was when Mercedes invited NVIDIA to help build the computers for their next generation cars. So it's been fantastic working with their engineers. And look at all the technologies that's packed into this car. There's more computing power packed into this car than any car ever. 3 powerful computer chips with NVIDIA GPUs. I've been a gamer since I was a kid, so I still appreciate visually stunning graphics. My cluster is 3D. You could literally look right through the display. And this OLED display is like print. It's like moving print. It's really quite amazing. The car can sense you, see you, so when you gesture, you're like Tony Stark. You just wave in the sky and you can control things. This car has 30 million lines of code. It's written by hundreds of engineers. The amazing thing is that these engineers are practically in your garage and they're constantly working on the software, improving it, enhancing it, creating more features, and we'll update it over the air. So your car gets better and better over time. It could hear you so you could speak to it, uses state-of-the-art natural language understanding technology, understands 27 different languages. All of the processing is done in the car, so it could be interactive. Hey Mercedes, I've had a long day. I'm ready to relax.
Maybe the well-being program will help you. I will turn it on.
And I'm hungry.
Starting route guidance to Sawa Sushi.
And please call Ola. I need to let him know how awesome you are.
Okay, I am calling Ola Kalanias.
Thanks, Mercedes.
Hey, y'all. Step into my new living room / studio. I want to show you something. Usually I like to drive, but today I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the sound. Hey Mercedes, load my profile. Change the ambient light to blue. As a musician, I love that I can load my own sound profile. Cause honestly, I need a little extra bass. So let me play you a new song from my album Alicia called So Done. I'll never forget the first time I heard one of my songs on the radio. It was crazy. I was driving on the BQE and the DJ said my name and I froze. And then he played my song Girlfriend and I started to scream. I was literally in the car screaming and all this construction was everywhere and I almost hit one of those orange construction cones for sure. It's funny how these special moments can just happen while you're just driving around in your car. Okay, enough nostalgia. Hey Mercedes, turn up the volume. Man, this feels so good. It's like pure, it's crisp, it's 4-dimensional. I love that I can control every aspect of it. It's almost physical, you can feel it. And with music, you gotta feel it. I love this energy. My old car definitely didn't do this. Man, you know how much I love music. I love it so much. It engages my creative brain. It's everything to me. But sometimes to really compose, I need silence. I need it to be quiet because the world is so noisy. But when I'm in here and I turn the music off, I can hear a pin drop. It's so quiet. And then when I turn the music up, it's a beautiful experience. Hey Mercedes, Take me to my studio.
Okay, I am starting route guidance to the studio.
Now that's pretty cool, but it gets better. Let's get in. Alright. Of course, my personal MBUX profile is set to performance mode. Let's take this beauty for a spin. There are two kinds of driving. Race driving and driving on the road. Racing is work, but when I'm not working, I like to take it easy on the road. This car takes the worry out of driving. Just take the active steering assist, for example. It helps you drive through the corners with ease. And the ongoing improvements of the S-Class's driver's assistance systems are similar to the updates that we have in Formula One. It's hard to make a car even better, but every version is more advanced than the last. Whether here on the road or on the racetrack, you can't always see what's around the corner. When I'm racing, I know the circuit. I know if there's a challenging section of the track ahead of me. This car does things a little bit different because it can predict what's up ahead. Even better, with the dynamic select feature, I can choose how the S-Class adapts to speed according to the current situation. For example, it could be more smooth or very sporty. Guess what my favorite is? This car is incredible. It takes care of you and you don't even know what it's doing in the background. After a day at work, which for me is cramped, hot and noisy and with buttons everywhere, to sit here, it's a great way to unwind. Although I can still show you what this new S-Class is capable of.
Gordon just told us a lot about beauty and luxury, and he's absolutely right. It's time now to experience both in motion. Let's start up front. That's a gentle welcome. As soon as I close the door, this is S-Class luxury. It's instant relaxation, almost like coming home. The new S-Class recognizes you immediately and arranges everything to your liking. So what is it like to drive an S-Class? Take these benchmark seats. They are adjusted by up to 18 individual motors in one seat alone. There's no way to not find the perfect position. And there's the 4D sound built into the seat as well. No one else out there has that. But that's not the point. It's about how all of these signature details add up to a feeling of being in a safe space. That priceless feeling of being taken good care of. Ready? All right, finally, time to roll. Driving an S-Class is about style, comfort, and confidence. About calm serenity and perfect control. Same goes for the interior lighting. It creates a superior, comfortable atmosphere. And it does more. It also doubles as a safety feature. The S-Class always pays attention. For instance, at times when it gets a little confusing in traffic, digital light in the new S-Class can efficiently help you guide your way and see more clearly. Of course, it has all the power and performance it takes to always have your back. You know that. You don't have to show it. Same goes for your choice of engine. If you want, you can also have a plug-in hybrid with an electric range of up to 100 kilometers. Or how about an all-electric sedan in the S-Class segment with an electric range of 700 kilometers? That's why we created an all-electric sibling of this masterpiece, the upcoming EQS. But that's a different story, and this story is going to be told very soon. At the same time, the S-Class has always aimed for more than sheer pleasure for the driver. Here's a cool feature I would like to show you. What if we had some real VIPs in the back? I can take this content and just swipe it to the back. I'm sure kids will love that feature, and parents will too. Let me show you this. MBUX has services now for every individual passenger. It just keeps getting smarter. Hey Mercedes, turn on the hot, relaxing massage program and play me some jazz. You can see individual MBUX services for every passenger really add to what I said earlier. In an S-Class, every seat is S-Class. By the way, can you hear that? You're right, it's incredibly quiet in this car, and we're driving at Autobahn speeds. I can't wait for our customers to realize just how much of a coming home feeling this new S-Class is.
Hello everybody and welcome to our all-new S-Class. That flagship really defines the luxury segment of sedans. We designed it along our central purity philosophy, so the car is very beautiful on one hand but very clean and progressive on the other hand. It's the car of the next decade, of the 20s to come. It's the first digital S-Class. And you can see that in the design. We use that digital headlamps here with the 3-point signature for S-Class. We use the typical torch eyebrow feature to give it a very self-assured look. And of course, everything is designed around the grille. So the car actually has a lot of status, but in a very modern and contemporary way. Also, what's most important in design is about proportion. You have to build the house right. And so you can see its rear-wheel drive proportion as its best. The dash to axle is unreached, and therefore the hood is very long, pushing the grille forward, pushing the windshield back, and the car sits on the rear wheel with the typical Mercedes S-Class pillar, giving a lot of emphasis onto the rear compartment. We used only one single line, which is that one here. We call it the catwalk line, and it really structures the car. Even though this car is higher and offers more space than the predecessor, the car looks actually more stretched, more sleek, and more progressive. And of course, it helps to give a beautiful structure to the side section here with the light and shadow, the typical sexy surfacing Mercedes cars are famous for. When we come towards the rear, you can see we are using a very distinctive rear graphic. Triangular, very sharp pointed shapes, giving that car a significant look that makes the S-Class stand out of the traffic. And therefore, in a nutshell, this car redefines the luxury segments of sedan, the flagship of Mercedes-Benz, the all-new S-Class. And of course, that also applies to the interior as well. So let's have a look. This is the S-Class of the next decade of a digital age. And therefore, we designed everything around this center touchscreen, running the latest version of MBUX number 7, everything on one screen, everything in the perfect position to operate. And as you can see, we are using that black panel display surfaces throughout the entire vehicle, even in the instrument panel here with that beautiful waterfall design flowing down the IP, giving a nice proportion, nice feeling to the entire car and running into the doors. And everywhere you see on the ceiling, in the doors, in the center screen, and even here on that beautiful steering wheel, we are using that black digital panels, mostly illuminated and hovering from behind. The steering wheel is very sporty, has that low, powerful centerpiece, and then of course being surrounded by the touch-sensitive black panel surface. We're using 4-vent signature, that's the signature of the S-Class segment, but in this time with a very slim, very high-tech looking vent design in the center, but also here on the sides. But of course, that comfort not only applies in the front of the vehicle, of course, maybe even more important to the rear of the car. So let's have a look here. The car is actually extended a couple of centimeters to give you even more leg room, and everything embraces you here in the rear. We have that center tunnel 4-seater arrangement here with touch displays here, with MBUX system, very intuitive, same like in the front. We have an operation here with a touch panel in the center, similar to what we use in the front, and of course everything embraces you in luxury and style. So that design language of the new S-Class is the most progressive and most luxurious in that segment ever. So with that, thank you very much. I love our new S-Class and I hope you love it too. Thank you.